complete and finalize the deal to bring Jurrien Timber to the Emirates Stadium this season. They've already got the deal done for Declan Rice. Kai Havertz has been formally announced. 200 plus million spent in the early stages of this Premier League transfer window is colossal work by the Gooners. How good do you believe it to be? I want to know what you think. I want your thoughts in the comments section below. Please hit the like and the share button. Subscribe to the Football Terrace. But it's another done deal that will complete for Arsenal. It's been a very good start to this window for Arsenal. There is no doubt about it whatsoever. The big announcements from the trending and the top journalists last night and this morning that the Declan Rice deal is complete. Now the same, the Ornstein bomb has dropped. And his words are, and I'll read them here. Arsenal have now reached a total agreement with Ajax for Jurrien Timber. Negotiations complete for a fee of 40 million euros in a largely realistic bonuses of 5 million. 22-year-old defender granted permission to undergo medical and finalize the personal terms. But the personal terms have already been agreed ahead of time. It's just a formality. It will be the end of this week, around Friday, they believe, that the medical will take place, but the deal will complete. He will become an Arsenal player. Some people are saying, here, is it a here we go? Whether you want it to be a here we go or what, I don't know, but it's going to happen. It's happening. So here we go. This deal is done. This deal is dusted. There's an agreement between the football clubs. It will complete. And we were talking about this 4 or 5 days ago that it will complete, and it will happen. That's it. That is the long and the short of it. And I don't even think we needed the Fabrizio, here we go, the Ornstein bomb, the Jacobs dagger. I don't think any of that was needed. It was always going to happen, but it has been finalized now. It's going down. I'm yelling timber is what Jesus says here. And what a morning it's been so far. Man United announcing Mount, the number 7 shirt. You then get the Declan Rice news. You've got the Jurrien Timber news. What else is going to happen today on the 5th of July? Who knows? Who knows how big and powerful this day may be in the Premier League. This says, when Stan spends money on his teams, you know what happens next. Check the record, is what Mobe Gooner has got to say here. Rice and Timber for 135 million plus add-ons. It's excellent business. It's excellent business. And I sort of look at it from the point of view and perspective of, we're saying it for a while now, that they're setting the markers this summer for everybody else. Quality of players and or money being spent. It's around 200 million invested so far. It's huge for Arsenal fans, and they should be absolutely over the moon, especially the ones who doubt the club, because they're acting like a big club now. This is looking great for Arsenal. Just can't wait to see them all on the field. Gooners forever. Bubba here, who's a Chelsea fan, says, when was the last time Arsenal signed a world-class player? Never heard of it. It's always average or crap. The last time they signed a truly world-class player in his pomp, you may argue, was probably Ozil, someone that was proven world-class. But they're signing quality. There is no doubt about that. Quality has been purchased, and quality is on its way into Arsenal right now. There's no doubt about it. Alexis Sanchez was pretty good as well. Yep. I still feel like we need a number 9. Would even take Balogun back for the year. Yeah, I can understand why you would still think that and the expectations around it. There's no doubt. But yeah, listen, overall, I want to know where else you guys would like to see Arsenal improve. I'd like to hear it from Gooners and rivals. Where do you see the improvement needed? A few people saying, what has Fabrizio said on this? Fabrizio said here that after Declan Rice, Arsenal complete also the Jurrien Timber deal as expected, never in doubt. Direct call on agreement, 40 million deal plus 5 million add-ons. Timber will sign until June 28th. He only wanted Arsenal. Super excited. He's super excited about the project. And that's very much been the message from a lot of all of the Arsenal signings so far. They're bought into Mikel Arteta. They're excited about the idea of playing for him. And yeah, look, I totally get it, and I totally understand why. They're an exciting project at this moment in time. They just are. I know Arsenal fans will think, "Oh, I think Man United is more exciting," but then I'm a Man United fan. I know Gooners will rate theirs, but I don't really care who's the most exciting. A lot of people want to go there now. And I don't think 12 months, 18 months, 2 years ago, Kai Havertz, Declan Rice, Timber would have joined Arsenal. I just don't believe they would have gone and done that. 2 deals confirmed in one day. We're being spoilt, Terry. Well, you guys are, not me. But will they? I think you mean win the Premier League or Champions League. Tell good additions, but with players likely to go, depth will hurt them, same as last season. It depends on what else they do. They probably need to add a few more, but the younger players will be a year older. I think you may see more from the likes of Fabio Vieira this season for Arsenal. Will they win the league? It's hard because Man City are one of the greatest teams England's ever seen. Will they win the Champions League? That's another difficult task for them as well. But I think they'll be competitive. I think they'll challenge. I think they'll be there or thereabouts. And that's the standard of competing for those titles. Then when you're in it, it's about whether you can get over the line. And I believe they'll be in those title races, and they'll be in with a shout of winning those domestic trophies. They need to add a little bit more. I don't disagree. Do they have the capabilities to win the Premier League and Champions League with what they're signing? Yes, I do. I do think they have that chance. I do think they have that chance. Arsenal have more trophies than City and Chelsea combined. That's not true. That's a weird one, but I get back in your team, but that ain't true. That is not the truth. Would like to see another clinical striker option in the front line, but I think we are strong. We already do. Sorry, in the front line, but I think we are strong now already to do better. We just need to strengthen in depth for multiple comps. I get that, and I think you're right there, Stace. Let's see what happens. I still think there'll be another midfielder signed. I still think a Lavia, who knows, maybe a Tchouameni. I still think something else may crop up for Arsenal this window. I really do. I don't think it's going to be as. I don't think it's just going to stay as it is now. I really don't see that personally. Arteta and Edu deserve their flowers for signing Declan Rice. KSE are backing this, and I am happy that Arsenal are making moves to improve and compete with a loaded squad. And I will say this as well. Yes, you might be losing a few players that everybody says is going to lose you depth. However, if players don't want to remain at your club, keeping them is a bigger problem. And I have started to see a lot of Arsenal fans, the negative ones, the Arteta outers, state, "Oh, Partey's better than all the players we're bringing in are worse than the players that are leaving. Partey's better than Rice. Xhaka's better than Havertz, as an example." I've even seen some say things like Tomiyasu better than Jurrien Timber. I've seen them say. I've seen it on TikTok. I've seen it on Twitter. I just think this is a way of trying to project their frustration that they were wrong. They were wrong. They didn't believe they would spend this much. They didn't believe that the manager would be backed. They didn't believe that Declan Rice would choose them over City, or that City, or that they would be able to beat City to them. Instead of saying I got it wrong, I think they're kind of projecting their own annoyance. That's the way I see it personally. Emil Smith Rowe can easily play in the 8. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how much game time he gets next year. I don't know how true the Tchouameni rumor is. Look, it's coming from. You've only got to look at it this way. I gave this Man United example, so bear with me. So a few weeks ago, sorry, the Italian press said that Man United and Kim Min-jae had agreed personal terms, and that he was coming. That never transpired into the British media. So everybody's now doubting all those same Italian outlets. The same Italian outlets a week ago started talking about United getting closer and closer to the deal with for Andre Onana. They said that we were bidding over the weekend. That's all now been confirmed by all and sundry in the British and kind of tier one press. So at the moment, it's the Spanish press that are stating that the Tchouameni deal is on. The British press are very quiet on it. It doesn't mean it isn't true. Sometimes these stories come alive, sometimes they don't. I remember the Portuguese press last summer stating that Liverpool were advancing on Darwin Núñez. The Liverpool press was quiet. Liverpool fans said it can't be true because if it was true, our press would know. 4 or 5 days later, the story started to emerge in the UK press. Remember, the Italian or the Spanish or the Portuguese press have no loyalty to the English clubs. They're not going to try and protect them with the story. They're not going to hold back from reporting on it. The UK press probably would. So I'm not saying it will happen, but I'm also not going to sit here and say 100% it's a nonsense and it's made up lie by the Spanish papers. I think that's too disrespectful. Terry, I'm with Lee here. Not true, because Ornstein said it. Yeah, Ornstein's probably made it up. We've never acted like this, not even peak Arsenal. I don't remember Arsenal ever, and I genuinely mean this, ever renewing contracts in this way and buying players like this, as in the monetary sums needed. I don't remember that ever happening in the Premier League era. I don't remember them doing it. Maybe when I was a little kid, they was behaved this way, but I weren't reading the newspapers when I was 5, 6, 7 years old. So we'll see. Terry, in your opinion, Caicedo or Tchouameni? I've seen more of Caicedo, but I know how good Tchouameni is. I think they're both phenomenal. I'm sitting on the fence on that one because I think they're both out of this world. I really, really do. Terry, just say Lee Gunner, you set a trap for that man every week. I don't set traps for Lee Gunner. I ask him questions. I see things he says and I'll ask him about them. I'll tell you what Lee's biggest weakness is. He thinks I'm always trying to catch him out. So he goes into fight mode where if he just relaxed and listened for a minute, he'd see that I agree with a lot of what he said. I'm just trying to ascertain what he means by something. That's all. Let's have a look here. Terry, Arsenal need an actual number 9. Example, Vlahovic, right wing, is it Musiala Diaby, another CDM, right back, Jeremy Frimpong. Well, you're looking at Jeremy Frimpong. That's an option. You're looking at other midfielders in Lavia, maybe Tchouameni. And there have been links to some talks, not links to players, but talks about another forward coming in. So I still think when Arsenal get 2 or 3 exits, you could see 2 or 3 more signings this summer window. I really believe that it could be done. But who are these people criticizing Arsenal's transfer window? Terry, are you sure they are Arsenal fans or trolls? Look, I don't really take much time to listen to trolls. But if they're using like their real name, big Arsenal following, and they're saying these things, I take them as Arsenal fans. If someone's got 5 followers, no name, a weird picture, I don't really care about their opinion. I'd like to wish Arsenal haters a great day today, is what Eduardo Leva has got to say here. Terry, you know I don't play with this channel. I love it, bro. Thank you very much, Justice. I appreciate that. Terry, apparently we are in for Frimpong. Yeah, we're going to speak about that on the show with Big Steve. 3:30 today. Remember, make sure you're all back. 3:30 today. Steve and I will be live on Straight Facts. That'll be my 4th live stream of the day. Can't believe how many I've had to do. I really can't. Lee Gunner should be ashamed of himself. He is an embarrassing fake Arsenal fan. He's not a fake fan. He's just very angry. He's a very angry Arsenal fan is what I would say. We need a winger to cover Saka. Can't have him playing crazy numbers of games again. Yeah, I do believe you need some cover for him. There's no doubt. Do you know what helped City all season keep their players fresh until the end? Is that ability to rotate. They're taking Haaland off so regularly after 50, 60 minutes. Meant he was fresh for the whole season. If he had to play 94 minutes, game in, game out, he might himself have burnt out by March. So, yeah, that rotation is going to be key. TBG here says, waited 3 decades for the club to move serious. Better late than never. Absolutely. It's always, better late than never. My school used to have a saying was better to never be late, was their saying. However, you can't judge the current people running Arsenal, managing Arsenal, in the boardroom in Arsenal for the mistakes of the previous regimes who are not there anymore. That's the one thing I would say. You can't blame them. If If there's a restaurant down the street that's owned by Joe Blogs, run awfully, and they awful food, bad service, and I don't like it, but they get bought out, and it's new managers, new chefs, new waitresses and waiters. They redecorate, they rebrand. I'm going to give it another chance because it may be the same um, in the same place. It may even have the same name. But if it's under new management, you'll give it another chance. Could be different. It could surprise you. And I do think sometimes Arsenal fans have got to drop the mistakes of previous regimes and support the new one. So it's like with me, I don't blame Ten Hag for the mistakes made prior to him getting there. And equally, you have to give him time to undo all those many, many mistakes that we all complain about. We all sometimes act like a new manager comes in. Yes, he has a fresh slate, but we almost ignore that he has to fix the problems that he inherited, as well as win games and manage the team and do that all in public as well. Most people get to sort of rejuvenate businesses a little bit behind the scenes. They don't get that luxury. But there we go. Terry, do you have any Arsenal fans in your family? One of my brothers is an Arsenal fan. That's it. But no, at my family, Spurs, Leighton Orient, Liverpool, one Arsenal, bit of West Ham. So yeah, there's no real Arsenal in my family at all. To be fair, this time the Cronkies aren't letting us down. Props to them. Yeah, I think you're absolutely spot on there. Terry, rate Timber out of 10. I would probably give him, on what I've seen, 7, but he has the potential to get to like a 9. He's got that ability. He can play centre back, right back. He can even move into those midfield areas. Technically very good on the ball, good athleticism as well. There's a very competent, very high quality football player in there. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. Absolute tip top quality. May as well do a 24-hour stream at this rate. Yeah, do you know what? It feels a bit like that. It feels a little bit like it, but it's almost, I didn't want to wait until 3:30 because the news might have died down by then. And I thought, I'll go live now and just do a brief one and sort of build you up. But I want you all back here, by the way. I don't want any excuses. I want you all back here, legit, at 3:30. No messing. 100%. I want you all back. Let's have a look at some more of these comments here. On top of what we have, add in Ivan Toney, a swap deal with Xhaka for Diaby plus money. Caicedo, Thuram or Tchouameni and Frimpong, it would be a perfect 10. I mean, yeah, that would be, I mean, if you were to bring in Frimpong, Tchouameni and Ivan Toney and Diaby, I don't know if you'll do all of that. I don't know if you'll do all of that, but I think you can get some of that in. Ivan Toney probably wouldn't happen until the January. I don't think anyone will sign him until that point. This is from Eduardo that says, I think Lee would rather see Spurs win a trophy than praise Arteta or Edu. Terry, some guests I don't agree with, but my favorite show. Thank you very, very much indeed. And a lot of people always say to me, like, why'd you have Leon? People are going to stop watching the Terrace. Well, we keep growing, so I know that isn't true. But at the same time, I'm never going to stop people coming on that have differences of opinions. People say you just do it for views. Every YouTuber and every video that's ever been published on YouTube is for views. We all do it for people to watch it. So yes, I'll admit to that. But if I had every Arsenal fan on, they all shared the same opinions and you all agreed, that would kill the channel. So I'm never going to stop. It's never going to happen. Terry, I don't understand why Arsenal are looking at another right back. We have White, Tomiyasu, and now Timber. Well, then you're not reading the room. The room and the situation may be that Arteta may not be looking at Timber as predominantly the right back cover. Did you get where I'm coming from? So maybe the way you're anticipating him using the players is different. Maybe Tomiyasu leaves. Just throwing that out there as a scenario. So, yeah, listen, there's more than one way to skin a cat. To those who complained about why Terry talks about Arsenal so much, it's because Arsenal are the most active this window. If any other teams were this active, Terry would be talking about them. I mean, listen, Liverpool have done 2 deals. We made loads of videos on them, but they came pretty fast out the way. Man United have done 1 deal. We spoke about that many times. We'll be talking about Onana later. Chelsea have signed. Who have Chelsea signed? Jackson. We did a bit on that, but they've signed nobody else. Yeah, nobody else has really done anything marquee yet. So when they start doing something marquee, we'll start reacting to it more. But they've got to do something. If they're not doing much, then we're not going to talk about it. It's as simple and as straightforward as that. This is James Turner, one of our members. He says, "Hi Terry, I think Arsenal have a great summer transfer window with the players they have got coming in to the club. I still think we should get a second striker to cover Jesus. Don't you think that too? Yeah, I think you need. I don't. It doesn't necessarily need to be a second striker. I think you need something else in those attacking areas. I think that is going to be really, really key for how you play and how you progress in the forthcoming season. I think a bit more cover up top will help you. Whether that's a second striker, cover on the right hand side, I think you can kind of mix that up any which way you want really. Let's be realistic, Terry. The window is basically a 10 out of 10 already, but the sensible outgoings like Nketiah, whilst making room for Balogun plus additional sales like Tavares, Lokonga, Cedric, Holding. Yeah, I think it's been very good. I wouldn't say a 10 just yet. Let's see who leaves. Let's wait to the end of the window before we judge it and what the team looks like. But it's been a phenomenal, phenomenal start for Arsenal. That there is no doubt about that in my mind. Regarding Tomiyasu, he could play on the left. This is true. He could be moved as the left-hand side cover if Tierney is sold. You're right. I thought Garnacho was getting the 7 shirt. Yeah, a lot of people thought they were. Garnacho was kind of trolling it a little bit, but it was Mason Mount. I hope Mason Mount delivers and it's a successful transition into the number 7 at Manchester United. But yeah, look, Garnacho was on a mad one online. That's what he was doing. So there we go. But listen, people, we are back and we are live at 3:30. This stream will take you through to it. So go and like it now and bookmark it. I'm back with Big Steve. Until then, you take care of yourselves, people. Make sure the like button is hit. Subscribe. Turn on those bell notifications. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again